DynamicCarStore.com to get the cars. Icons, legends aiming at the stars. Hursty at checkout to save your points. Now your bank account won't be staying empty. DynamicCarStore.com. Use code Hursty. Go on.
Hey there guys, welcome back to Hursty Games and welcome back to the QPR Career Mode. Today we are going to get into episode number 37. If you are not all nice and caught up with the series, make sure you go back, check out the playlist, get yourself caught up, and if you are, then welcome to today's episode. Today we're in dire need of getting back into some good form. We've been dropping points left, right and centre for those who haven't seen it. The last couple of episodes we've been really struggling to pick up wins, so 3 draws and a loss in a row, and the games before that as well we had another draw, and that was off the bounce of some pretty darn good results as well. So that Everton game really did kick off a bit of a drawing streak, so 4 draws in a row, and then the loss to Man United. It was a very tough loss to take, and some of those games as well, silly points dropped, silly games that we should have done a lot better in. But today we've got a game against Crystal Palace, then a week's break, and then a very tough game against Chelsea. And we're getting close to that transfer window as well. A couple of people have suggested a few players. One player that was suggested was Stefan Johansson. He's 30 years old. I don't think he'd get into the team. I have scouted him for the sake of having him scouted, so that is going to happen. But I don't think he'll be somebody that we sign unless he's somebody that can actually come into the team. But I don't really think he will, and it is a bit of a wasted one. Now, I've also been told or asked to sell Bright Samuel, and people are saying that Bright should go and we should get rid of him. Now, there's a few reasons I personally don't want to do it. Obviously, I understand people's reasoning with, you know, the situation being what it is with Bright Samuel. I understand it. Please don't think that I don't. However, I am willing to sell him if the right offer comes in. And I will say to you guys right now that if the right offer does come in, I will sell him and replace him with somebody. There is somebody in mind that I would like to get. I'll show you who that is. It's a long shot, but yeah, if he does go, then it will happen. If that's what you guys want to see, then fair enough. If we're going to lose out on the powerhouse that is Bright Samuel for this career mode, who has been nothing short of fantastic, then we're going to bring back Iberieze. Now, Iberieze is actually lower rated. We've actually trained Bright and got him into a really good rating, really good stuff, and he's actually higher rated than Iberieze right now, so it's technically a downgrade, but realistically, we all know Iberieze is the better player. So what I'll do is if Bright does go, then I'll bring in Eze. He'll be a little bit cheaper. He'll play that cam role and he'll do it very, very well. So we'll have an out-and-out cam. Bright does very good there, but obviously Eze is a cam, realistically. He's in bad form right now, but hopefully he'll come back to the mighty QPRs and we'll turn that around. But enough talks about future transfers. Let's focus on this next game, which is actually against Crystal Palace. So Eze might play, who knows? But I'll get there, we'll start the team, and we'll jump into the game. Okay, so we're going to jump into this game. You can see, first of all, no Eze. He doesn't make it into the starting lineup by the looks of things. Obviously, they don't really play a cam position. They play sort of 2 centre mids who are kind of way more defensive. Gabriel's a bit of a box-to-box if he does play. But you can see they've also got a very, very tired Cahill. So that's somebody we're going to have to really utilise and make sure we attack at Cahill. Because Dykes and Bright Samuel will definitely burst past him for pace anyway. But that's what we're going to go for. That's the starting lineup, the strongest 11 that we've got right now. Let's get into it. Let's see if we can pick up the 3 points. This could be a game for us to turn the form around. We've got to make it so. Okay, away at Selhurst Park. Going to be a tricky game, obviously, but like I said, there are things in this game that we can utilise. There are positions in this team that we can take on. Cahill being tired is definitely one to pay attention to. However, they've also got Texiera at the other end, who's a very, very good player, very, very quick player as well. So we've got to be at our best, but hopefully today we can come away with the 3 points. That's all we can play. That's all we can do. Let's go for it. Got the ball here with Ilias. Going to play inside to Bright Samuel. Bright's going to look out wide and see Ellis Todd on that far side too. And Todd is just going to burst this down the ball now. Go on, Todd, mate. Get that ball in the box. It's a lovely cross. Oh, Chair couldn't quite get to the back post, but Dykes, oh, Dykes with a lovely finish. A little bit of an odd angle, but he finds the back of the net. Lyndon Dykes back in goal scoring form. We need him to be at his best. We need him to get himself some goals. And that is a lovely, lovely finish there. The cross in from Todd was fantastic. Sadly, Chair couldn't quite get there. The fullback did just about get there in time, but Dykes with a beautiful strike across goal there. And I think it was Gaeta they've got in goal. Lovely goal there. 1-0. That's the start we needed, boys. Finally, a game where we don't go 1-0 down. We've broken that curse. Now, can we break the curse of losses or just drop in points? Come on, we've got to get a win, boys. They've worked the ball forward quite nice here, I can't lie to you. We've got to try and get this off them now. They played it back. Milivojevic is going to play it forwards. Rob Dickey tries to get up. Sadly, he didn't get it, but thankfully, Ramsdale was up nice and quick and easy stuff. Amos going to play the ball out wide here to Ilias Chair. Lovely touch from Chair to bring that ball inside now. Ilias going to just take his time. Slowly going to work his way forward. We're going to ping this now because the defenders are nowhere near him. Lovely effort, but again, Gator equal to that save. But did you see how much they backed off us there? Look, I was just jogging forward with Chair. This is on ultimate difficulty, and they're backing off of Elias Chair as he's coming towards the edge of the box there. But Gator, have to say, a very good save because that was destined for that top corner. But sadly, it didn't quite make it all the way to the target. Oh, Lyndon Dykes makes it 2. Lovely header there. Elias Chair gets the corner, takes the corner from his shot there, and then, of course, Mr. Lyndon Dykes pops up with his second of the game. This is exactly the kind of game that we needed. A team that just aren't pressing us, just aren't coming and attacking us at all. And I have to say, it's very evident that they're giving us loads of time. They're giving us loads of space on the ball. It's disgusting defending from them. It's really not good at all. But we have to say, that's a lovely header there from Dykes. Again, unmarked in the middle of the box. Mate, ultimate today. It's not dealing with Dykes at all. And that is 2-0, 35 minutes in. Things you absolutely love to see. It's what we needed, boys. It's what we needed. Well, that is half-time. It's been a very, very convincing half from us, I have to say. And again, it's a 45 minutes of football that we needed. We needed a game where we went out and in the first half, we just absolutely made the game our own. You can see Lyndon Dykes with 2 fantastic goals, making himself known, and that's a really, really good appearance and a good start from Mr. Lyndon Dykes. I'm very, very happy with that. But what we're going to do is we are going to change it up a little bit in the second half. One thing I am actually going to do is I'm actually going to take Lyndon Dykes off. I'm going to give Obafemi a little bit of game time because obviously he's a little bit in and out at the moment because obviously now we've gone to that one striker system. Obafemi at the moment is the long-term answer to our striker option, but Lyndon Dykes at the moment is definitely the man for the job right now. So I'm going to bring on Obafemi. I'm going to give him 45 minutes of football, see if he can make the most of that time and see if he can get himself on that score sheet. It would be really good for him. Again, this is the kind of game that this can kind of, this can happen for him. He's just got to make sure he gets himself in on the score sheet. We'll probably bring on Pepe Arce at some point as well. And we'll probably then end up bringing on either Kane or Marston. We've got a whole week until the next game, so I don't really need to rotate for fitness. But again, just to give some people some game time and give people a little bit of a chance to go out and get a little bit of match sharpness more than anything. But second half, really good first half. More of the same in the second would be fantastic. And honestly, a goal for Obafemi is honestly the absolute perfect thing to happen right now. I think also Bright's been made captain there. I need to change that because I think people will actually be well and truly... Oh, I can't change it. I'll change it. People will hate me if I make him captain after telling me that he should leave. Palace working the ball forward quite nicely here. They've worked it inside as well. They've got it here to Texiera. Texiera's going to try and get that pace past Hamalainen, but Hamalainen's done really, really well. One thing I've also noticed, there's obviously Eze's not on the pitch. There's no Zaha. I'm assuming Zaha's moved or is maybe injured because Zaha is not on the pitch at all. He is not playing. And I've only really just realised that, but now we've got the ball in the counter here. Elias Chair up to Obafemi. Oh, Gator gets a touch, but it was not going to be enough. Obafemi makes it 3. Really chuffed that he's found himself the back of the net there. That's on his left foot as well, I have to say. I'm not going to lie to you. I've been using this guy on Ultimate Team for some silver objectives. I couldn't work out if he was left or right-footed because he didn't score with either, but I know he's right-footed now, and he has scored in his weaker foot. Fantastic stuff. Really nice finish. Gator didn't quite get there, and that is a fantastic goal. 3-0 up, boys. That is much more like it. Come on, you Oz. Going to make those changes that we spoke about earlier on. Pepe Arce has come on at Cam for Bright Side Samuel. And we've also brought on Conor Masterson for Carter Vickers. Again, just fresh legs. Again, not too fussed about too much rotation. It's mainly focusing on the fact that I want to give these guys a little bit of match sharpness and keep them nice and fit and ready to play games in the future. But we have actually intercepted that throw there. Ellis Todd is going to work his way forward. Was kind of hoping Pepe Arce would run with him. Decided against it, but now Pepe Arce does make his way forward here, and he's got himself on the ball. Obafemi making a decent run. Oh, Amos making a good run from the DM there, but Pepe Arce makes it all the way through. We're going to play it back to Obafemi. Nice little bit of rotation here. Elias Chair. Oh, the little bit of play there was fantastic. Sadly, the shot wasn't quite the one we were after, but that little bit of play, lovely stuff. Hamalainen bringing this ball forward quite a lot here, and it's a really nice bit of run there from him. We see Obafemi try and play it to Pepe Arce. Pepe Arce has played it back to him through the legs of the defender. Oh, now that is a goal and a half. That build-up play was fantastic. Obafemi with his second of the game as well, which is absolutely fantastic to see. But the little bit of interplay between him and Pepe Arce is absolutely fantastic. That gives me really, really good feelings about the future of this team right now, because those two players are people that are going to be here long term. Look at this little interplay. That ball to him, and look, the back heel through the defender's legs. And then Obafemi, Gator slightly went the other way. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to go for that close post. So he takes a step that way, and I thought, that's it. That's where I'm going, to that close post. 4-0, mate. An absolute whitewashing. I have to say, this is the kind of performance we have been needing. We needed a big, big victory. We've got one today, and honestly, I'm absolutely over the moon. It really has been a fantastic performance from the first minute to the 90th, and there is the final whistle. 4-0, a huge result, a clean sheet as well. We broke a lot of curses today. We finally got ourselves a win. We also didn't concede first, which is great. We didn't concede full stops, so a clean sheet's always nice to get because we haven't had too many of those recently. But that there is a fantastic result. Obafemi getting 2, Lyndon Dykes getting 2, and a lot of other players just having a generally good performance. I'm absolutely thrilled with the boys today. Really good stuff. Mate, fantastic result. Well, you can see that win has put us back up 1 place. We are back in 7th place. Arsenal clearly dropping points there, which is obviously absolutely fine with us. We've got a whole week now between this and our next game. One thing we're going to do is I'm just going to say GG's to Mr. Lyndon Dykes, who has been absolutely fantastic for us in this career mode. I'm also going to have a little look at some more development plans. I'm going to just go through a couple of these and see if there's a few things I want to tweak. But I'll do that in a second, because the first thing I'm going to do is I've decided our squad is far too big. We've got far too many players in this squad, and it is time for me to start getting rid of a few people. There's a few people now that we are going to take off the loan list, and we're going to start transfer listing. People like Domi, these guys are going to get listed. People that just aren't going to play for us, that just don't have a long-term position for us at the club. Obviously, Cameron is transfer listed, but he's retiring anyway. And yeah, we're just going to try and get a little bit of the old deadwood off of this team now, because realistically, people like Dalling, they're never going to play. I don't need to loan list them. I need to transfer list them. That's what we need to do. So I've been made aware of Darnell Fisher here, who's actually currently a free agent. He's currently worth £3 million. And he's sat in the free agents. He's without a club. He's 73 rated, which is actually fantastic. Now, I might just pick up Darnell Fisher with the look of potentially selling him on at some point, because realistically, it's a good little bit of money there, and I don't know whether that's the right thing to do or not. I'm gonna keep. He's been there since the start of this, because I've scouted him from the start of this episode today. Now, I'm not gonna sign him right now. We'll get to the Chelsea game. Let me know in the comments of this video: do we sign Darnell Fisher to the club, knowing that he's basically just gonna get sold on in the future? Like, it'll probably be that we buy him in, loan him out, sell him on. So realistically, it's just to try and make a little bit of extra money there on that value. Let me know what you guys think, because to pick this guy up on a free, knowing that we can probably sell him for about 4 or 5 mil down the line, let me know your thoughts on that. Okay, but now we are at the Chelsea game. You can see they've got a very good team there. They've got Umtiti and De Vrij at centre-backs. They've also got Gnabry and Bellarabi out wide. So more German players coming into the Chelsea side there. But again, we're going with what is basically our starting team here. Dykes obviously still starting. Ludwig keeping his place at right back. But all of the boys are just staying in right now. For now, unless I've got a reason to change it, I'm just going to stick with the team we've got, because this team is getting wins now, finally, eventually. But this is going to be a very tricky game. I'm just going to go for it. We're just going to try and get the 3 points today. It's going to be tricky, but this now is like the London derby of this career mode. This is our derby. QPR Chelsea was a rivalry many moons ago, and now it's back in the career mode. Let's try and pick up 3 points, boys. Chelsea at the Khan Prince Foundation Stadium hasn't happened in quite a while, and it's probably going to be a little while till it happens again, unless it's in the cup. But realistically, this is a big, big game for us. This is the derby now for us in this career mode, because Brentford I don't think are up, and Fulham are obviously not quite at the level we're at in the career mode, I have to say. Obviously, we're in the top 10 as it stands right now, but this is a huge, huge game, and we need to make sure we get this stadium bouncing. And 3 points today would be absolutely massive against Chelsea. So let's hope that that's what we can try and pull off and achieve today. Obviously, on paper, they've got the better side, but we've now got a little bit of form. It's a really big result against Crystal Palace. Can we do the same thing today against Chelsea? There's only one way to find out. Go on, yours. Got the ball forward here with Havertz. We're going to step into it there. Carter Vickers with a lovely, lovely tackle. Well stepped into from Carter Vickers and kept that ball. And now Amos is going to try and set away Lyndon Dykes here. Bright breaking through the middle. Can we set Bright away against the defender? Bright side Samuel going through one. Let's go. 1-0 to QPR. Lovely stuff. The breakaway was so quick, was so effective. I lost my words. I couldn't speak for a second. But there it is. Bright side Samuel pops up, gets himself the goal, and puts us 1-0 up nice and early against this Chelsea side. That is a fantastic result. I have to say, I think I'm playing better FIFA today. I think that's a big, big impact on the career mode. I'm playing better FIFA today. I'm playing a little bit later than normal. Normally, I film this at about 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm filming this today about 10. So maybe that's a bit of an impact. Maybe I need to film these a little bit later on to give myself half a chance of winning the games. But that is a huge start to us there. 1-0. Con yours. Fantastic stuff. Bright is honestly having a great season for us. I know a lot of people want to see him gone. But for us in this career mode, he's been so important. Chalobah now. We see the run from Ellis Todd. What a ball that is. Chilwell has been absolutely left in no man's land. Ellis Todd going to try and get it in there, but Chilwell does get back there. That ball, I think that was Chalobah that played that. That was a fantastic ball through there. Obviously, ex-Chelsea coming back. I've only just remembered he is ex-Chelsea coming back against his former side. Lyndon Dykes couldn't quite get up there, but it's going to come back out to Ilias here. Ilias Chair against Reece James. What can he do? He's going to play it. He's going to keep it there. Going to have to play it backwards here to Chalobah. Chalobah is again going to have to turn. Going to find Ludwig here. Ludwig, can he play this ball not across to Lyndon Dykes? He's going to play it to Carter Vickers, but he himself plays it to Dykes. Dykes here on that turn. Ilias Chair on the volley. What a goal that is. What a goal that is. The build-up from that corner. Ilias Chair starts it with the corner and finishes it with a goal. That is a beautiful bit of play. That ball through to Dykes. The Dykes little dink over the top. And that, I'm fairly sure, was before the bounce there from Ilias Chair. That is a beautiful finish, my man. Go on, Ilias. Take a bow, son. What a goal that is. 2-0. And Chelsea, you're rocked, boys. You can't deal with the mighty QPR. The Super Hoops are in full force. 2-0. Let's go, boys. More of the same. Dykes going to play that back to Ellis Todd, who has got the beating of Chilwell. Ellis Todd has absolutely got Chilwell on the ropes. And now we've got the ball in for a third here, potentially. Oh, the easiest shot we've had of the game. The easiest chance of the game. And it's the one we hit wide there. Bright Isaiah Samuel spoons that one just into the ground. Just hits it wide of the post. Oh, that's so disappointing. If we'd have gone 3-0 up, honestly, that would have been game, set and match. I think I just saw Dzeko, by the way, on the Chelsea bench. Mad. Werner's played it out wide here. They've got it now to Bellarabi, who's got he's definitely quicker than Hammerliner, but Hammerliner's done really well there. Then Carter Vickers has stepped in there to Timo Werner. Timo Werner hasn't been able to get it off of Carter Vickers, but has won it back there in the middle of the park. And now Hammerliner a little bit beaten. He's got an extra man over the top of him there. Oh, it's a good bit of play, but Ramsdale equal to it. The first thing Ramsdale's had to do today. Frank Lampard somehow still in his job on this career mode, but so far he's 2-0 down to QPR. But that's a really good little bit of play there. I have to say that defender, I don't know who it was actually. It might have been Bellarabi, but it could have also been Reece James, because obviously they're both on that wide side, and they both were up there in that attack. But they've got the corner. They've played it short. They're working it around nicely here. They're just refusing to shoot. Kovacic had a perfectly good chance there, but he's played it back to Kante, and Kante's lost it. But sadly, we've given it away again. But again, defensively, I have to say we've been pretty resolute. But Chelsea, as you can see, are just kind of wasting chances. That, however, is a really good ball. Ramsdale is beaten there. And just as I'm saying they're wasting chances, it is 2-1. The clean sheet is now gone. I'm not entirely sure who it was who got the final touch. Is that Bellarabi? Or is it Gnabry? I can't even see. It's Gnabry. Gnabry managed to get himself the goal there. 2-1. It's a good little bit of play, I have to say. It's a really nice bit of play there from Chelsea. And I'm not entirely sure who they're celebrating with, as all the away fans in Kind Prince are at the end, not at the side. So we might have some rogue fans there. Well, there it is, half-time. I have to say, the end of that half there was really, really scrappy. We started off absolutely at a rate of knots, boys. Going 2-0 up very quickly and very, very well deserved. However, since that miss from Bright, since that third chance, we have not had much of the ball, and Chelsea have dominated possession. They really have been very, very good. The goal, I think, probably was justified. They've had a few more chances and a lot of possession with the ball in and around our box. So it's been really, really tough to kind of keep them out. I have to say they've been a very, very effective team, and it's been really difficult to try and break them down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take off Chalobah here, and I'm going to bring on Dominic Ball. Just some fresh legs in the middle of the park. I think it's very important to have that. He's also got 77 physicality. I think Chalobah, yeah, he's a little bit less. Not too much less, but obviously Ball's nearly got 80 physicality there with the boost that he's currently on that +5. So I'm going to keep those guys there for now. We've got Kelman, we've got Obafemi as attacking options to bring on. We also have Kane to bring on at either fullback if we feel like we need it, because Gnabry and Bellarabi are getting a lot of the ball here. But realistically, 2-1 is a fantastic result to go in at half-time. Would have been nice to have kept the clean sheet, but we just need to keep hold of this lead now. A third goal would be fantastic, but making sure we don't concede a second is the main thing here. They've got the ball forward here again out wide. They've also brought Pulisic on, who obviously is just a real injection of pace. He came on for Bellarabi, but Pulisic has done really, really well. However, we do get the ball away. Good header there from Dominic Ball. That was an important clearance. And now maybe we have a chance to break here. Ilias Chair going to try and set away Lyndon Dykes. Dykes, was just cut inside, but the defender just got it first. They have played a fantastic ball over the top here. Are they going to keep that in? Ganare has just kept that in, and now Ludwig doesn't quite get that ball there. Good clearance there from the defenders. I think that was Carter Vickers who got his foot to that one, and that is a really, really important clearance, because obviously that there, a very good opportunity for them to get in. But now we've maybe got a chance here to break this ball forward here. Got the ball with Ilias Chair, going to whip that ball. Nice low-driven cross. The defender gets, I think that was De Vrij who just got there first. However, we've made a couple of changes here. So I've taken off, I think it was Ilias Chair I've taken off here. Bright's going to move out to the right. Ellis Todd has moved to the left. We brought on Obafemi at cam. And we brought on Todd Kane as a direct swap for Ludwig. So 2 changes, fresh legs, the main order here. So I'm trying Obafemi at cam. Obviously, that's where I'm intending to potentially play him for a little bit, especially if Bright is to go and we aren't able to bring in our main option replacement. But realistically, this is just a fresh leg situation. Gnabry has been getting a lot of the ball, and I think Todd Kane is going to be a big, big impact in keeping him out. Thankfully, we are still on the attack. We're still looking okay, but not too long left now. 15-20 minutes. Got to keep this lead. Luke Amos in the middle of the park here. We're going to try and set it to Lyndon Dykes with a pass, with a touch from Ellis, not Ellis Todd. Luke Amos was too heavy. I'm losing my brain now. This is getting too stressful because it's not too long left. Only like literally extra time. How much added? 2 minutes added on, boys. We've got to keep them out now. Dunball is going to try and get back and keep Werner quiet. They're going to work it out wide. They've worked it back into the middle here with Kovacic. Got it out wide again to Gnabry, who again is seeing a lot of the ball. But Todd Kane, can he keep that ball out? Lovely touch there from Todd Kane. Gets the touch on that. An important touch as well. And there we go. We managed to get the win here against Chelsea. A huge, huge performance. The second half was a lot of defending. A whole lot of defending. They realistically kept the ball a lot. They didn't actually make too many chances, but they had a lot of possession and they kept us off the ball, which was very important for them to try to get back into it. Thankfully, we come away with the win. Thankfully, that's back-to-back wins as well, which is a huge, huge result. The first half performance was absolutely impeccable, minus the goal conceded. It was very good. Again, the keeper there, by the way, taking a step the other way. That's really, really an odd thing that's been added to the game. Keepers seem to take a step the other way as the player shoots the opposite direction. It's odd. For us, it's worked out because it's got us 2 goals today. But thankfully, we get the 3 points. That's what matters. Well, another win there, back-to-back wins in the league. Our next game is up against Wolves in the Cup, which we will start off in the next episode by simulating. So what we're going to do is today, I think we'll crack on and end up the episode. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a little look and see how we're doing in the league now, if that got us even up any further. It didn't, however, only 2 points off of Liverpool. Wolves, by the way, having a fantastic season there, 5 points ahead of us right now in 5th place. Obviously, beating Chelsea was huge for us because that's taken them away from the top of the league. If Chelsea had won that game, they'd have gone top of the league. So that's a really, really big result for us there. And again, a fantastic pulling of points. 29 after 17 is not a bad place to be in at all. Just about over that halfway mark now in the season. So that's a very, well, not quite actually, no, we're nearly at the halfway mark. I've done awful maths there. But you can see West Brom, Birmingham and Leicester currently down there. Leicester, surprisingly. Everton, by the way, not too far off the bottom either. That's a really surprising couple of teams down there. However, I have to say, that's a very exciting bottom little half of the table there. There's a lot of teams, if they did potentially go down, that we'd be able to potentially raid for a player or two in the next season. But regardless, let's focus on us. Let's focus on 7th place. Very, very happy with that indeed. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this episode. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the series. If you did enjoy today's episode, then please do leave a like on the video. It supports me, the video, and the channel out a whole bunch. Of course, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that sub button, turn notifications on to be told anytime that we upload a video or indeed go live with a live stream. But for now, guys, I want to say a massive thank you for watching. I've been Tom. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you soon. Look after yourselves, and of course, wash your hands in a bit.
What? Nah, his name is Hursty. Slap bald head, yeah, it'll probably hurt me. Bang top bins, it'll probably hurt you. Ginger, streamer, platform, YouTube. Drop a name in the chat, or say hello. Entertain, yeah, you already know. Capital H, yeah, I'ma read it slow. Hursty games, yeah, you already know.